To Lion Trading, taking a look at the SPY recap and live analysis before going over what to be watching tomorrow. So first thing that I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members today was to be watching for this purple buying continuation that we have been in within the last couple of days, as well as this yellow and blue controlled selling algorithm that we have right here, as you can see, which we ended up forming this inverse head and shoulder. But before that, there was actually another trade that we were looking for, which was this head and shoulder right here. And you see how there is that quick trade in here. We close this inverse cup, but this handle never follows through. So with no handle right there, we are unable to see us grab this liquidity off of that shoulder right here and close a larger inverse cup, and we still remain within this purple buying continuation. You see this algorithm picking it back up here at the end of the day. Now this does not mean that tomorrow we have to continue, as we can see this possibly starting to taper, but we will go back over this towards the end of the video. So now here on the 1 minute chart, going over the microstructure and algorithms, here off the open, there was this orange selling algorithm right here. However, we are unable to see any continuation. We have this blue tapering right here, and this white algorithm, we are never able to form that head and shoulder to see the downside. Now, if you missed this move up, that is okay. I explained to be still paying attention to this shoulder right here, and if there is a move to the downside, you can look for something like this to form. Now, initially, we try to build with this blue and yellow controlled selling right here, some sort of flag, but this inverse head and shoulder just is not able to get above this resistance right here. And you see how we start to form this head and shoulder right here. You have that inverse cup and handle. Now, I was waiting for this larger one to fill, and this was my only trade of the day. As I explained in the pre-market brief earlier in the video, today is not a day ahead of the meeting that you really want to be trading too much. You need to get in and get out. Do not spend too much time in the markets today, which I did not at all, and you will see why. But from here, you see how I entered this trade right here, and we start to form that inverse cup and handle once again off that shoulder right there, and we see that move to the downside. Now at this level right here, I was all out, and the reason being is because we closed this cup right here, and I expected us to maybe not have any follow through due to these choppy conditions. And you see instantly right there, there is not a single bit more of downside. So things like that, you just have to understand. It is not going to be easy in these conditions. You see right here, we try to form this head and shoulder once again. It is already a messy structure, but this continuation is just very lousy. We are never able to close that inverse cup to this level and form this handle right here, and there is no more continuation. Like I also explained, if we were to head back to the upside right here, be looking for a possible cup to close at this level right here, and we can see something like that. Now, we do not end up forming that for quite some time, and we start to chop for a decent amount of the day, which you can see right here within this 1 point range right here. Nothing going on at all. Now, towards the end of the day, you see we begin to close this regular cup and try to form this handle, but even then, right, this is just extremely lousy. Now, I was explaining on the 30-minute chart that you can be paying attention to this inverse head and shoulder starting to form right here, and if it forms, then you can be looking for this blue and yellow that we are watching, right, that controlled selling. So just a really slow, pointless day overall. Not going to spend much time on this. You can see that we just chopped pretty much throughout the day. There was this move up that we had right here, which was decent, but it was really just the morning. Everything else in between this is pretty terrible. And now I'm going to go over what to be watching tomorrow. So first thing to be watching tomorrow, we can still be tapering within this white right here. Maybe we form a double top like this, and form this shoulder on the way down right here. You see this inverse cup close. We form that handle and we are able to grab something like that. Now, in the case that we do continue with this inverse head and shoulder that we are forming right here, as well as this cup, and you can see this possible handle, we will look for that inverse head and shoulder above these highs. And if we see that, well, we can get continuation to these levels up here and see if we break out of all-time highs and potentially get a fake out, right, and form something like that before we start heading down. Now I'm going to zoom out a bit, as I've been talking about for the last few days with this cup that we are forming right here and building this handle. If this is not sufficient enough liquidity in order to break out of all-time highs and see that push, well, in the case that this is tapering, right, and we do start to form something like this right here, we can still build this handle within that yellow right before this meeting and form liquidity off of this 5 and 20-day moving average. In the case that we do need to build a bigger handle, you can see right here on the daily that our 5 is crossed back above this 20 now, which is bullish. You see right here, same thing right here. When this crosses above, we are bullish, and we will be looking for this upper Bollinger Band retest in the case that we continue right here above these all-time highs. Now, with the catalyst on Wednesday, if we are to head down, well, this is going to be very, very easy for you to see if we are able to form resistance below those two moving averages right there and start some sort of downtrend again. So zooming out just some more so you can see what I'm talking about in the case, right, that we do form this right here. Maybe we do even continue up tomorrow and we still continue to taper like this. Well, in the case on Wednesday, you will want to be seeing this liquidity right here and these two moving averages, and if we are below them, we have plenty of liquidity to the downside and can be forming something like that. But as I said, with this cup right here, you see how we are forming that cup. We have this inverse head and shoulder, plenty of liquidity right here that we grabbed on the way up. And if we do need to build this handle, well, that is perfectly fine to see that continuation above. But that will wrap up the video for tonight. So thank you everyone for watching. A little bit shorter of a video because there was not too much to go over, but I will see members in the morning.